Good morning everyone, this is early beginning of 13th of December, and since I woke up I saw, hot news, breaking news, and it's about Chris Froome's doping tests on La Vuelta. And first I'm going to read some news, and here are the error news. First of all, it says British cyclist Chris Froome failed a drug test at La Vuelta and he's at risk of losing his title. So the cyclist said he followed the team's doctor's advice to increase his sulbutamol doses after an acute asthma attack a few days before the urine tests. Okay, first I need to interrupt this, guys. If you maybe heard about it, it's the TUIS. Therapeutic use exemption. That is what on the first place was abused in history in Team Sky. Of course, the Bradley Wiggins, and he failed with it. But if Chris Froome knew that he will double the dosage of sulbutamol, man, just request and try to wash, to hide that you wanted to abuse something. I'm not saying, of course, on La Vuelta and all the Grand Tours in the future you will probably see, maybe won't see, but it's going to be like that everyone will take something. Unfortunately, that's the sport these days, and it's every sport like that, unfortunately. Let's see what they say next. 4-time Tour de France winner, blah blah blah, tested positive for elevated levels of salbutamol, a medicine that is used in inhalers during Spain's La Vuelta on September 7th. The British riders team has insisted that the positive urine samples was due to Froome's acute asthma treatment. Okay, what are the allowed amounts? So, the legal threshold of the medicine allowed by the World Anti-Doping Code is 1000 nanograms per milliliter. And his analyses were a concentration of 2000 nanograms per milliliter, and that is doubled. I don't know, guys, but anti-doping agency really knows what they are doing, and if 1000 nanograms is allowed, that's really the something that will help you. Luckily, I don't have problems with asthma and I'm not really into that, so if I'm wrong, please tell me, but I think that 1000 nanograms per milliliter will really help you in any kind of asthma attacks. So I must say, this is really suspicious. Really, really, really. I'm not defending and I'm not attacking Chris Froome, but next thing, why didn't Chris Froome tell after finishing, or maybe it will be even more fair to say it that day? Guys, I had asthma attacks last night and I had to use it. Please forgive me. And then it's okay. But to find it out after 3 months and he didn't say a word about it, that really is suspicious, you must say. Why would you hide it if it was in a legal way to take it? So it really isn't fair, man. It really isn't fair. He said, my asthma got worse at the Vuelta, so I followed the team doctor's advice to increase the salbutamol dosage. As always, I took the greatest care to ensure that I did not use more than permissible dose. Okay, to use double dose. Okay, I never had any elevated amount of salbutamol in my blood. And now you are saying that maybe it was in food. Where can we find salbutamol in those amounts in food so that we fail the drug test? Please, man, you are the highest level of professional. You are being watched everywhere by kids, by elders. You are their, idol. Please, man, this is not the level that you should speak. Please. And this is what UCI said about it. So the UCI confirms that British rider Christopher Froome was notified of an adverse analytic findings of salbutamol in excess of 1000 nanograms per milliliter in a sample collected during the Vuelta a España on 7th September. The rider was notified on 20th September. The anti-doping control was planned and carried out by the Cycling Anti-Doping Foundation, the independent body mandated by the UCI in charge of defining and implementing the anti-doping strategy in cycling. Okay, I'm really not capable and I don't have many arguments to talk about this, but these words, independent body, catched my eyes. You see this, new UCI president, David Lapartient, sorry if I pronounced it wrong, I pronounced many words wrong. He was elected, if I see good, on 21st September. And Chris Froome was notified on 20th September. And I heard many stories how the previous he was Brian Coxon, and he is British, and I think you understand the story how many things changed since he is not president anymore, and I think he had to finish something so it doesn't become too much scandal when they take him out. So it's pretty obvious some things here. I don't want to, attack anyone. I really like this sport, but some things are pretty obvious over here. And okay, Chris Froome was, it's not a victim, you took it and it's your fault on the first place. Every rider is guilty for their own intakes of anything. But this is just politics in sport, which I don't like, and I wouldn't like to see Chris Froome banned. But tell me, what do you think they should do it? You overtook the dosage by double. Some bans should be applied. So put down in comments what are your opinions on all this scandal, and how could he be punished. Thanks for watching, guys.